Everybody, welcome back. I've been meaning to do this video and forgot about it, and actually, it's gonna come back around to it. So, people want to know Fung, Sahara, and Eric, um, which one's best in the gunner position. I myself like Fung. The biggest reason why for me is the survivability. Um, so, for the first 10 seconds, uh, you receive less damage, and then afterwards you do 20% more damage after the first 10 seconds. So it switches, less damage and then more damage after 10 seconds. Sahara, however, on the flip side, um, is, I believe, the opposite. um, and what I mean by that is it does better damage when ships are healthy. So um, it says right there, the strategic damage to ships. Uh, if the wheel of its gunner tag, when the ship under wheel command steals the strategic damage to healthy ships, there's a 60% probability that she will launch more basic attacks. This attack can be triggered almost 2 times per second. So healthy ships are, I believe, either 50% above or 60%. But that means if they're healthy, you do more damage. But once they're less healthy, it doesn't do more damage. So she's good for the burst damage in the beginning, and then it dies off. So Fung is the opposite. You take less damage in the beginning, and then obviously you do more damage after the first 10 seconds. So if you can do long burst damage in fights, that'd be great to use Fung. But if you're gonna go through like quick events like challenges or little fights, last maybe less than 10 seconds, then yes, Sahara is probably the way to go. So I've tried multiple ways, combinations with Sahara and Sahara in the position, or using Fung with Sahara's weapon, and then Eric. So we'll do a couple of videos for that, so you guys can take a look. Okay, so I have Razor as a log. I honestly think I can probably stick with Razor just for the damage. So this one is with Fung being in the position with his normal ability. I am going to swap him out with the Sarah's weapon. Just so you see what that looks like. There we go. And just so we have a standard, they're all 5 stars, they're all maxed to 100. So you can have consistency for comparison results for at least that part. So let's do a challenge here. All right, I'll do 2 each, just so we have some results. Okay, so that's with Fung's weapon. Oh, I'm sorry, that's with Sarah's weapon and Fung being in position. So let's swap that back out. We change positions. Sarah and Fung. Swap out the armor. Okay, and we go to 2 with her. And then I'll do 2 with Eric, and then that'll render my challenges all up for the day. So, I mean, just swapping her position, you can just see already that it does worse. Like I said, it's that survivability that goes into fact or into play the first 10 seconds and then increasing damages afterwards, which is really beneficial. So, you can see right there just the number of sailors drop. That's not even going into the stats yet. Yeah. So this is with Sahra into there, right? And this is with Fung without his weapon, right? And without his weapon, the damage mitigation isn't there. You need his weapon to see the damage mitigation. But this is just a comparison for damage wise, and we'll go into that in just a second. Once we put Eric out there, swap out Eric. So there we go. Get Eric in play. Ooh, that one did way worse. Right, so let's do a damage comparison just with Eric. So you can see Eric does a 136 mil on that one. Stats here. So he does about 179 on that one. Okay. So his damage is definitely good. 179 and 139, and here's with Sahra in play. Right. She does less damage. Okay, this is 125. And then here's another one. Uh, 136. So Eric is better in damage. Okay, if you're looking purely at a damage standpoint, 136 and 125 versus the 139 and 139 and 176. So Eric does definitely do more damage, right? But overall, I mean, overall, you can see the performance with Eric in position and the performance is kind of similar, right? Life-wise, taking away the same amount of sailors. This one's an RNG, so maybe something procced and, you know, died a lot faster. Okay, so then this is the one with Fung with her trinket. Okay, so let's look at this one. Fung 156. Okay, so Fung at 8 stars is doing better. I'm gonna see. Let's see if it's better. Sure. 141. Yep. So Fung with Sahra's trinket does outperform her at 8 stars, just based on damage, right? And then I believe this is the regular one. I wish I had more challenges for you guys to take a look at, but I used them up earlier. So this is Fung with his trinket, right? Let's look at stats. So 92. Fung with his trinket does less damage with his own trinket, but like I said, it's given. That's going to be a given. He doesn't do more damage until later on in the fight versus early on in the fight. So he's more of a late bloomer for damage. Let's look at some of the other ones. What we got challenge here? See if that damage. So you can see this one. This is 111, and damages are up. If the fight lasts out longer. This one's only 27, didn't go that far. Yeah, it didn't last that long. But if we can go into like the higher level fights, I think this one's good data I can look at. Nope, same thing. His damage isn't nearly as high as Sahra's in the beginning, so just keep this in mind, guys. And it says it's right on his trinket. It first 10 seconds you're not going to do that much damage. It's just damage reduction that you're looking at. But for me, like I said, I value survivability over burst damage, so that's why I went with Fung. I don't have any more challenges that I can show you guys, but overall, from my experience of what I've tried, Fung does work out better for me on a overall performance wise at 8 stars. So he'll probably even get better as he levels up further compared to the other heroes. Like I said, he's only at 8 while everybody else is at 12. So his performance based off of 8 stars or 8.5 is still better. What I would recommend for Fung is to do the knife event. I wouldn't go too crazy off of him, off the knife event to max him out. Maybe get him to 6, 8 star ish and stop. Reason being is you can purchase them through the store. Not the store. Purchase it through the store, and it's there, Aqua Store, with your tokens. So that's what I've been doing. I've purchased them twice already, but at the rate things are going with the coins, I can probably get them again, maybe get another one. So I'm not in a rush to get him to 12 stars. He's doing pretty well for what he is right now at 8. So I'll take my time on him. One of the key reasons why is because there's the Water Hero Kai, which is a gunner that I'm saving my knives for, plus the Hero Croc, which is a tank healer that's going to be Captain. Also requires knives. So that is why I am stocking up on my knives, and that's what I'll be using them for. So anyways, guys and gals, I hope this video was informative enough, and I will see you guys on the next video. And make sure you guys like and hit that hype button for me. Leave a comment. See you in the next one.